Yo, what's up? Welcome back on Tribal Trick, where I explain why people do the things that they do, based on how nature made the human mind to work. The human mind is the motor that drives all people's behavior, so that's where we learn why people do what they do. Okay, in this video I want to talk about why guys in Australia have stopped chatting girls up on the street, out in public. It is rarely done, and I've heard guys in the manosphere talk about this. And that's because girls have a bad attitude here. I've said it before, this is the ego capital of the world. People have the biggest egos here. Everybody walks around the streets like they are the king of all time, the supreme one. But that is basically having a huge ego. And what happens is that when girls have huge egos, they get, basically they're bullies. People with huge egos are bullies. They will do things to piss people off. I've said this before, this is the ignore capital. Everybody ignores everybody. Ignoring people is an ego bloating activity. I'm too good to talk to you. You're not good enough for me to talk to. Placing themselves as in a superior position. But the ego always wants more, so people are constantly, people think that people stay the same, that you learn about a person. No, when you find out about a person, you should find out what size ego they have and understand that ego is going to keep on growing, meaning all their bad behavior is going to get worse and worse and worse. Now, ego-driven people do a lot of ego-driven things, and one of the most popular things, boys do it, girls do it, they do it a little bit different, but they sit around, they hang out with what they call their friends, but they sit around having bragging rituals. So, guys brag differently than girls do. One of the status that girls claim is being the prettiest one, and that is determined by how many guys want them. So they're constantly bragging about how guys are chasing them all the time. How they got all these guys chasing them. Now, I'm going to flip to another point. Guys don't talk to girls here because girls are rude. If you're not the top 1%, they will be totally rude to you. Sometimes they might find you, and I get this, they might find you kind of a little bit attractive, maybe. And they'll give you the signs, you'll go over there, and then they'll deem you not good enough because you said a wrong word or over some stupid shit. Because I'm not top 10%. So they treat much harshly anyone below the top 10%. And they will be rude, completely rude. They'll say he's a creep, he's a weirdo. They will literally do this. They'll show you by their body language that they think you're a creep, you're a weirdo. Oh, you wish you could have me. I'm so great. What that is humiliation. The way nature made humans to function is we're supposed to function the tribal way, which is surrounded by people that have our back so we can trust 100%. That fully respect us 100%. The modern world is not normal being surrounded by strangers, and strangers that are going to deem you, oh, you're a creep, you're a weirdo, even though they don't know you at all, for no reason at all, just because you look like a weirdo. Most of the time it's because somebody's alone. So, when girls do all this, because they've got huge egos and they constantly have to put people down to claim superiority, and they have to every day do it more and more and more and more. Guys don't want to be humiliated. Like I said, the tribal thing is we're supposed to be surrounded by people that respect us. What that means is that we want nothing to do with humiliation. If we're going to be humiliated, that's an attack. We see that as an attack to fight. And if we're not going to fight, we're going to get out of there. We're not going to interact with those people that humiliate us. And girls humiliate guys too many times, even unless you're the top 10% that they will do anything and say yes to everything you say. Everybody else gets all these tests. They have to jump through all these hoops. The girls make them jump through all these hoops. Oh, he's going to say this word, but they will, what they're doing is they want you to come up and talk to them, and then they will reject you over nothing. Be totally rude, humiliate you. And like I said, guys don't want, nobody wants to be humiliated, not even girls, nobody. That's unnatural. We're not supposed to go through that. It's written in our subconscious mind that we want nothing to do with any people unless they're going to respect us. Getting back to the bragging circles. Girls brag about how pretty they are. Now, because these are groups of bullies, groups of girls with huge egos, same as bullies, they're trying to outdo each other. A bragging circle isn't just bragging, it's each person tries to outdo the other person. So they will exaggerate, make up shit. So girls will say, oh, I have guys after me all the time. The next one will say, well, I have guys after me so much, it's a problem. The next one will one up that. Well, I'm so pretty that guys aren't just after me, they are stalking me. So, they keep on making it, exaggerate, it's all crap, it's all made up crap. I've sat and bragging, I've sat with guys where they're bragging, and the stories, I've known the guy, and the stories are severely exaggerated to the absolute bullshit. But these girls will then go out in the real world and go, anything a guy does, because their ego needs more claims of superiority, they have to look for more opportunities to put people down and to put guys down. So in a situation where in the past a girl might have gone, oh, this guy's trying to chat me up, oh, how sweet, or I'm sorry, I'm not interested, but thanks. Now they go, oh, he's a creep, he's a weirdo, just to feed their egos. The guy's not a creep, the guy's not a weirdo, he's not stalking them. They're just exaggerating it for the ego boost to put him down. And also, when people get together bragging, they need new stories. So they'll go and hang out with their friends. Oh, this creep was trying to ask me out. He was in love with me. Oh, they need new stories, so they'll create it. That was just a guy asking her out. It wasn't no creep. It wasn't no weirdo. It wasn't a stalker. They're exaggerating it to take a story back to the bragging circle. Because they constantly need new and better stories, because remember, they're trying to one-up each other. So every time they go to the bragging circle, it's all about one-upping stories. It's an ego-boosting exercise to sit around bragging. Bragging with bullshit, basically. So that's why they do it. Then guys aren't going to talk to girls because, like I said, no one wants to be humiliated. We have written in our subconscious mind that our interaction with other humans is based on respect. As soon as there's no respect, we're going to war. That's a hostile enemy. As soon as there's no respect, any disrespect, it's a hostile enemy. It's fight time. But then if you can't fight them, you stay away from them. And a lot of you guys know that at the moment there's a huge war between men and women. Men say all this stuff about women, women say all this stuff about men. Some is true, a lot of it's crap. So, it's a hostile situation. And we're not going to want to know about it. We seek humans, it's written in our subconscious by nature, we seek respect. So we go out and we memorize, okay, where did I get respect? If you're not getting respect from strangers, I know. I've dealt with these people forever. They don't respect you. At most, you're going to get a fake act. Like, what do you want? Like, not even like in the service industry, there's no respect. They treat you like you are below them, which is a disrespect. The law of nature means that respect is we're all equal. If a person puts themselves in a position of superiority and is looking down, that's a disrespect. Nobody wants this. People with huge egos don't want this. They will fight to put themselves in a superior spot, but they don't want to be put inferior either. Nobody wants this. So, nobody wants to be humiliated, disrespected in any way. When we know that's the situation, we stay away from those people. And that's why guys are staying away from girls. Girls here are super rude. If you're not the top 10%, then girls, the majority will be super rude, will exaggerate, lie, falsely accuse you of being a creep, a weirdo, and it's only going to get worse because as the years go by, their egos get bigger and they're going to do even worse shit. Remember, they're going to take bigger, worse stories to that bragging circle. So it's only going to get worse. But it's so bad at the moment here that the guys have stopped chatting girls up to the point that it's noticeable and people are talking about it. It's noticeable. It's heaps noticeable. I don't even like looking at them. At the very least, they do that, stick their nose up and walk off as if you bothered them by looking at them. Which is just basically a put down, which means, man, I don't even like looking at them. We walk around like staring into the sky when we're in public like this. Here. There's no friendliness, nothing here. People are basically filled with hate, big egos, and they treat the public, strangers, as a point of attack for their bullying. Bullies need a victim, and strangers are their most common victim here. Alright, I just thought I'd explain that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.